As for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. Will be mild and afternoon high near 64. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds, a low near 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with a light breeze, the high near 66. A meteorologist contact for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800. Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowling Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your On Deck Deal today at huskers.com/tickets.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, and it is a heat wave outside.
Yes, it is. Compared to last week, man, think about it right now. It is 46 degrees here in the capital city. And I think, we're looking at close to, when you look at the windshield, degrees? It could be dang near close to that, man.
70?
Compared to what it was last week. Today's high is 65. Tomorrow's high is 63. And then we have 50s all throughout the rest of the week. Friday tipping about 63 degrees. I will take it in light of what we dealt with the past, week and a half, man.
Yeah, that negative 18, that there was a Thursday. That was great.
Was ridiculous. Ridiculous big time. It is Monday, folks. It was a lot going on around Huskerville. We'll get into that as well. Rico, man, what's up, brother?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, man. What'd you do this weekend, bro?
Just hung out with the family all weekend. Finally got outside, and the kids kept wanting to play in the snow. And last week they wanted to play in the snow. And I'm like, guys, it's -7 out. We're not going outside. I know that there's a lot of snow out there, but we're not doing this. So Friday after work, Saturday, and then yesterday we got out. We built a snowman on Saturday, and it's gone now.
Gone.
It's gone. The kids were sad, but we're like, the sun melted, and they're like, okay, whatever. So we did that. They scooped a whole bunch of snow into a bucket, and we're trying to stop the flow of water in the street by piling snow.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't work, but just getting outside with the kids was nice, and it was warm enough and sunny enough where they had light jackets on, and they both took them off because they were running around so much.
Right.
But we're riding bikes and scooters and all that, and went over to the neighbors a couple of times, so we're good. It was a fantastic weekend with the family.
Hey,
made some pork chops.
Some pork chops?
And applesauce.
No applesauce. Pork chops and like these little I took these little potatoes, right? Little golden potatoes, right? And you don't cut all the way through them, but you make little slits to make them kind of like fan whatever. And then you drizzle some oil and some salt on it, and then you put it in the oven. I put it 400 for like half an hour, and they got a nice little crisp on the outside, but it was real fluffy on the inside. They were fantastic.
Hello, I'm hungry now.
So when was that? Yeah, you ain't lying, man. What was this?
That was Saturday, I believe.
Saturday.
Yeah. I have some steaks in the fridge I'm gonna make today.
Hello.
It's nice enough outside. I'll roll the grill out.
You know what, man? I might even do some meal prep this afternoon because it's gonna be so nice. Tonight or tomorrow, you'll be fine. Last week you weren't going out. At least I wasn't messing around out there on the grill.
No.
As cool as it was, man.
I thought about there was a point where I was like, I really want to get the grill out and I want to make some steaks. But I was like, it's -5 out. It's not gonna warm up.
That's way too cold, man. It's way too cold. Rafferty, how the sport? What do you guys say? Sports show. How'd the sports show go, man?
It was good. First 2 nights, it was just so cold outside, and they had a lot of stuff going on at CHI this weekend. You had wrestling. You had Mr. Terry winning his fourth consecutive state championship, 169-0 to complete his career.
With a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Details. In case folks don't know who you're talking about, let them know who that is real quick.
Tyson Terry, future Nebraska defensive lineman recruit.
4 years straight.
4 years.
No loss. Almost lost in the semis.
First Nebraska, 2-1, I think, in an escape.
Went to double OT, sudden death.
And the dude was doing it with an ACL was torn.
Yeah.
They said he tore it in October, which means he went through the rest of the football season and now wrestling. They said he's going to get surgery next month, something like that.
I think it's pretty quick.
He's going to get surgery here shortly. Probably going to miss all of football season, more than likely.
Yeah, I think they were probably looking at redshirting him.
Anyway. Yeah.
So I think it'll work out fine for him. But man, just the toughness that he displayed, going through the entire wrestling season with torn ACL. He had that big robo brace that he was wearing. So, but first Nebraska, I think it's the first Nebraska wrestler to go 169-0 and 4 state championships.
He's the first heavyweight to win 4 straight. I don't know if he's the first one to go undefeated.
I thought there had been a few. I thought there was a couple others.
I know for a fact he's the first heavyweight to win 4 straight. So he's got that going for him, which is amazing.
You think about this, you guys, to go undefeated in 4 years in wrestling.
In anything.
Well, just think when you're a freshman, you were out there and there's a senior out there.
Yeah, this dude literally did not lose in his whole high school wrestling career.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, you think about wrestling and how things can happen so quick. It's not like a team sport to where, if this guy's hot, I can take a day off or maybe not take a day off or play off, but maybe I'm not as hot today or whatever it may be. To me, my personal opinion, wrestling, boxing, and swimming got to be the hardest sports to prepare for. Yeah. Swim, you stop swimming, you're going to lose, obviously. Boxing, you're going to get knocked the hell out.
Yep.
And wrestling, before you know it, you're going to be pinned up and looking at the ceiling.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and in wrestling, those guys, think about this, also having to manage his weight up and down like crazy.
Because he's heavyweight, but you can't get above a certain weight.
Did you? So you didn't play varsity as a freshman, did you?
No.
So imagine that, being a freshman and going up against, like, I'm thinking right now about some of the people that when I was a freshman at Southeast and the seniors, like, I don't know where Kyle Imsick was at. He might have been 3 years older than me, but I remember seeing Kyle Imsick the first time and going, oh, good God. I mean, it was insane.
And just from, like you mentioned, from a physicality, a physical standpoint at 9th grade, I mean, senior year, your body's really not maturing yet. But 9th grade, it really isn't yet. You're like 14 years old, barely 15.
I think.
Well, you look at the smaller weight classes, and those guys are usually freshmen or sophomores. The guys that are like 110, 106, whatever it is, like the lightest weight class. And then because I was watching with my wife, and she was like, "Oh, all these guys are super young." I go, "Yeah, because as you age, you get heavier. You're not going to stay there." But it's just funny to see those guys. But then you think of like Tyson Terry, who was a heavyweight his freshman year. So it's like guys that might have been like 150, 140 something. As they got older, they got 4 years down the line. They're seniors. Now they're heavyweights. His freshman year, he's wrestling them, and he's still winning. He's still beating their butts.
Yeah, I think I'm still thinking about players that were 4 years older than me.
Oh, man.
That is insane. I was like, congratulations, all those guys, freshmen playing varsity. That's great.
That's crazy.
169-0 was his record, man. 169. And he's the first ever heavyweight to win 4 gold medals.
Yep.
The first ever heavyweight. And on the text line, Barney, thanks for that too. He goes, Barney, good morning. He goes, first heavyweight to go undefeated 4 times a champ. I think there's other weight classes that are undefeated in 4 times a day too. But
yeah, there are a couple other. He's the. What did I saw a number, and I could be thinking of a different sport. There was a lot of numbers. I think it was like 40 something 4-time state champion in Nebraska.
Yeah,
I could be completely off on that one. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Like 40 something 4-time state champions in the state of Nebraska, regardless of weight class. But he's the first heavyweight to do it.
That is insane, man.
And then WIB texts in, his niece won the 115-pound Class B. She's the first ever boys or girls wrestler to win a boys medal.
Win a gold medal.
Boys or girls gold medal for Palmyra High School. So
congrats.
That's awesome.
Congrats, David.
Thank you, David. I was looking at a different sport.
And that went over
number 6 overall weight class.
That went over huge, the girls wrestling.
Yeah, man.
Like,
you think about
they had questions going into it. They're like, are we going to have and it did awesome.
Well, you think about they've only been in doing 5 years now? Officially a 5 year.
I think it was 2022 was the first
year.
So
3 years then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is the first time that they had it by itself. Like
That
they
is so
had it
cool,
a few days
man.
before the boys started. They just had the girls' state championships, and it was
Right.
very well attended.
Yep,
If you look at the videos and the pictures, there's a lot of people there.
I think that was Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and the boys was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Euler's daughter was there.
I wonder how she did. I have
I
to look her up or text Euler and see how she did, man.
don't want to misplace right. She lost once.
Okay.
So she either got
She had a heck of a year,
third.
though,
Oh,
overall.
yeah. She either got third or so she medaled. I know that.
Right.
I just don't know what it was.
I'm guessing she's pretty tough. I've never heard the last name Euler and not been
Oh,
like
my goodness, man.
tough. I mean, we know Todd, of course, but
Yes.
I mean, his brother Tyrone.
They're all tough, man.
Just
Euler's. I mean, you just hear that name, and it's like hearing the name. It's synonymous with Schlesinger. You hear Schlesinger, you hear Euler.
yeah.
You hear those types of names. It's like Makovic. Like, yeah, those are.
Yeah.
those
When
are
you
hard
heard the name
notes.
Battle Creek, you thought Euler.
Oh yeah,
And just
absolutely.
their toughness, and I think they're maybe just a touch crazy too. Sorry, Todd, if you're listening, but
Yeah, Todd.
They get that from their dad.
Yeah, the Eulers, man, are different cut, man.
yes, they are.
Quite honestly, that's what Nebraska. We missed that type,
Yeah.
that toughness too, though.
True.
You know, to where it's like, you're not going to beat me. You're going to have to kill me before you beat
Yeah.
me out on this.
And that's the way
this rep or this drill.
all those boys were.
Absolutely. 169-0 for Tyson Terry. Congratulations to that young man, because the rest of what's going on. Let me see. Who won the team championships? So I just had that information.
You know, it's all I was looking at was Terry all weekend to see.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, because I had that. Let me
David
see.
from Renew, he might know.
Yeah. Let me see.
Help us, David. Help us.
Class A.
Oh, this is giving me all of the state champions.
Oh, here we go.
Let me see. Nebraska. Let's see what we got here.
Text in. We'll take
Yeah, text in.
answers.
Who won Class
Creighton
A?
Prep won Class A.
Okay.
Class B. Where's it at? Come on. Class B was Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Class C was they only have A and B in this one. What? That's ridiculous. I know there was a battle between Minden and Battle Creek, and I think Minden won.
I wonder how Pleasanton did. They were staying in my hotel.
Pleasanton was.
I don't know how they did, how they performed, but I'll tell you what, they were having quite the little party there Saturday night when I rode back to the hotel. Those parents were saying it's been a good season.
They down in the beer garden?
Oh yeah, it was fired up, and they had about 20 pizzas, and I was just like, all right, Pleasanton knows how to party. So if you're from Pleasanton, you guys know how to party. You're Raff's roadies. Oh yeah, definitely. Where is Pleasanton anyway? I wondered that too. Any idea?
Pleasanton's out by Sumner. It's not too far from that area.
Also, okay, all right.
It's not too far out
Yeah,
there.
they know how to
See.
party. They're Raff's roadies
Yeah,
for
they're not
sure.
very far out there at all. Let me see. Pleasanton, Nebraska. I know that because I know Siobhan, Sumner played those gals sometimes in their teams, but Pleasanton, yeah. Let's see here. You're right on Highway 10, basically, is where it's at.
Oh, good Lord.
It's by Ravenna.
Did you, Alan from Lincoln?
North of Kearney.
2 Nebraska high school seniors go sub 4 minutes and 8 seconds this weekend. Braden Lowquist with the 4 minute 7.99 mile on Friday at UNL, and Juan Gonzalez with the 4 minute 4.63 1600 Sunday. Crazy times. There are only 20 high schoolers to ever go sub 405 and 3 to ever go under 4.
How do you run that fast, dude?
Magic.
Dude, it would take me probably 4 minutes to go around one time.
Yes.
That is insane,
I mean,
man.
I pulled a calf muscle and I ran 25 yards and I got a sore arm. I felt like I played a football game and all I did was went to the arcade.
Class C was Battle Creek. Class D was Burwell.
Oh, there's that Battle Creek name.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was. So I remember seeing this. It was 1 point separated Battle Creek and Minden at the championships, and then Minden, I believe, had one wrestler left in one of the championship matches. Battle Creek was done with all of theirs, so it was all up to if this kid won or not. And I guess he didn't win, and Battle Creek took the team championship.
Here we go. Battle Creek.
I had to look this up because I couldn't remember his name. Roger Bannister was the first
4
one.
minute mile. Yep.
Yeah, he was the first one to do it. And then I think like shortly after that, a number of people actually broke because they thought it was impossible.
He showed them they could do it.
70 years ago, 1954, Roger Bannister was the first one to break the 4 minute mile.
I don't think I ever even broke an 8 minute mile. What was it? I don't even know what it was in high school where they said you had to try and get to or whatever.
Remember the patches we used to get?
Yeah.
The fitness.
I never got any.
You never got all those patches?
I wasn't a presidential, but my buddy Brad Burlington, Brad, if you're listening, he won the presidential fitness thing for like 6 consecutive years. He was doing it even in high school or whatever. And I remember towards the end, I forgot, there was one thing that really gave, I think it was the flexibility to sit and reach.
Yeah.
That was his downfall, but he made it every single year.
Every year. We
So-
go back in the day, we had these presidential patches that, kind of just like, measured your fitness.
Like
and,
presidential fitness thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did that.
But 4 minutes, I don't know what our times had to be back then.
I
I
would've
don't
won.
even know the
Yeah.
fastest I've ever run a mile. I think during Carroll's years ago, I did maybe like 7 minutes or something like that.
The
8
thing that
minutes.
really cost me the presidential fitness was the pull-ups. I just could not do pull-ups.
Dude, I haven't even tried to pull up in years. I have no idea.
Just impossible.
Maybe
I mean,
just hang on the bar. That might help your back.
Well, they
I
do
was
have
good
that-
with
Hey,
sit-ups.
or rip it out.
Yeah, either one. One way or another, the pain will be gone.
I think we did the 50-yard dash. I don't think we did the 40. I think we did the 50.
What is adding 10?
Yeah, I remember the 50. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
50-yard dash.
What is
Yeah.
10 yards add? Why are we doing
Because I remember people, if you ran like a 6.250, that was really good. I think I was more like in the 7.1 range. But hey,
Those were fun days. We did it out right on the sidewalk out by the gymnasium on the playground.
I always said add the football toss.
Come on, just put it in there. I could do it.
WIB real quick. Class C was Battle Creek. Thank you. Class D was Burwell. Hizzlebear, yes, 20 miles north of Kearney. As we're talking about where Pleasanton's at. Joe B, appreciate you. He goes, unfortunately, Euler's Dollar lost both matches. She got there, but lost both matches. Old Dad 34. In 1992, if we ran close to 5 minutes, it was considered good. It definitely was, bro.
I was
It
never
definitely
close to that.
And then David next. Neil said here, the Menden kid that lost was the favorite for sure. Senior with 1 loss to a junior with 4 losses. Wow.
There was one weight class. It was early. It was like, but somewhere between 120 and 140. I want to say it was Class B. It was 2 undefeated wrestlers. One was 55-0. One was 50-0 in the championship.
55-0 and 50-0.
Ridiculous.
The amount of talent that came through there was pretty cool to see, just as far as the highlights. And again, the Nebraska retreat for that young man to go
169.
169-0.
I wrestled for 2 years.
Man.
Did you, Rico?
Yeah, I did. I was not that good.
Oh man,
I was fast, but I wasn't. I had zero technique.
That wrestling is different. It's a craft.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good craft. You got to be strong and endurance. I mean, that's just my little cousin. Both he wrestled. My cousin Steve wrestled, but that wrestling was not for me.
I tell you what, it's only 2 minutes a period, and it is the longest 2 minutes of your life.
Oh man,
especially if you're getting worn down, beat up. The longest 2 minutes ever.
My wrestling career culminated in junior high wrestling. I never did it as a sport, but when you had it as in PE, we had wrestling or whatever.
Yep.
And I always remember there's this guy's name was Donald Bishop, and he weighed probably about 320.
I remember Donald Bishop. Oh yeah.
And he'd take on 3 of us, and I was like, yeah, wrestling isn't going to be my sport.
Donald and his mom, they went to our church. I knew Donald growing up. They went to our church growing up. And Donald was a big dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wore glasses.
Yep.
Kind of quiet, laid back.
Oh, it was so
but
funny.
a real cool cat, though.
Just dominate all of us.
Donald, I haven't heard that name in a long time, man.
Yep.
Long time. Well, at Lincoln, at Color Middle School,
Rico. Look, you say it too fast, and it sounds like something.
Color, C-U-L-L-E-R. I'll emphasize color, C-U-L-L-E-R. We're the Colored Cougars. And the late George Nutt, he was our PE teacher for us, basketball coach, Mr. George Nutt. We do wrestling, and there was a move called the East High. And if somebody got you in the East High, it was a wrap, man. It was a wrap. But we used to have those wrestling matches during gym. I hated wrestling though, man, because it was just like you said, you had to keep going.
It was good for conditioning. So I wrestled my freshman and sophomore year. Then my junior year, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So I just conditioned for track. And then my senior year, I was a manager for the wrestling team, but I also worked out with them. So I was like, I'm gonna get in good conditioning for track.
Great shape.
So I would wrestle with my friend. Shout out to Chris Luring, state champion, Bellevue West. I wrestled with him, and he's like 6 something and just the longest arms ever. Like he'd be able to, there was one time he was wrestling somebody, got him in a cradle standing up.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just long arms. And the people he wrestled were just shorter than him. So he'd reach down, got between the legs, cradle, just fell back. I'm like, you're ridiculous. You know that?
Oh, wrestlers they're a different breed too. I remember back in my Nebraska days, I'm going to date myself here, but Bill Goldberg was first out, and he'd do the jackhammer, the spear, and all that. So I forgot the wrestler's name. He was a heavyweight on the team. And one night he goes, I want you to put Goldberg's finishing move on me. And it's when you lift them up over your head and then drop them down.
Why would he want to do that?
Well,
the like suplex, and then he just like swung him down.
Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, well, I'll place you down. He goes, no, do it.
Okay.
And that became so like at the end of like gymnastics, they'd come to gymnastics meets and stuff like that on the spring floor out. We get out there and I'd put him up over my head and bring him, slam him down on the floor. He loved it. Every time I saw him, that's all he wanted to do.
Do it.
That was some kind of weird fetish he had for pain or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
All right, you weirdo.
Because I always laugh about that because I thought he wanted to do that to me, and I was like, "Oh, there ain't no way in heck that you're." And he's like, "Oh no, I want you to." I'm like, "Okay, here we go."
Whatever you say, buddy.
Read a few of these. Hizzle Bear says, I wrestled my whole life, and it used to be a big deal to get to 100 wins. Made 35 matches a year. Now they get close to 60 a year, which is insane. D-Train, you're spot on, man. I never thought about it like this. Offense and defense at the same time.
Yep.
Quick mind games. He goes, I hated it growing up, but love watching my kids. D-Train, that's a great point. I never thought about that to where you would literally have to think both like simultaneously.
Yep. Grabbing legs.
And within seconds, because if you wait too long before you know it, man, it's a match. It's a wrap. You're going to hear it. That's it.
Bye-bye.
And they make really good offense and defense linemen because they learn how to use leverage.
Yes, they do. Last one, Joe B. Good morning. Goes, girls play volleyball, boys play basketball, and men wrestle. David from Renew, I cannot wait till we get to Iron Horse again. It looks like it's thawing out pretty nice at Iron Horse number 4, the picture you got there. Folks, we got a lot of Husker talk to discuss. There's a lot of matches going on. Softball, basketball, baseball as well. Men have a very big game tonight against Michigan. We'll discuss that as well. It's The Drive. Be right back.
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. Will be mild and afternoon high near 64. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds, a low near 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with a light breeze, the high near 66. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Talking all things Nebraska sports.
You know, there was a lot of sports going on this weekend for Nebraska as well. The women's softball team ends up going 4-2 out in California. And also we want to say to extend a heartfelt, our condolences, our prayers go out to Coach Revelle, who lost her mother, was battling dementia. And I didn't realize this. She was only 16 years old when she had Rhonda.
Yeah.
And Rhonda left just a heartfelt message online that said, "Thank you for choosing me." You know, at 16 years, had just turned, I think had her and then turned 16 like 2 or 3 days later.
I think it was like 11 days. She posted a thing about it. And yeah, so it was, my mom turned 16 and had me 11 days later. Thank you for saying yes.
There were some heavy hearts out there. You can tell, obviously coaching in an environment like that to where your mind, you're there physically, but your mind, you can't help but to have your mind someplace else, you know, fighting between two scenarios. You're mourning, and also you got a team that's out there. And I think sometimes, you guys, I think me being I'm actually a little different, but somewhat similar. When your parent is in the public eye, and sometimes we forget they're humans. You know, there were times my dad, you know, as a pastor, you know, he was so busy seeing other people in hospitals, funerals, still giving sermons, you know, losing his own parents, losing his son, mother, brother, and was still in the pulpit. Sometimes we forget those people have other lives too. They're so busy serving or coaching, we forget there's another side of that. And to see Coach Revelle and those girls rally behind her was pretty special to watch, man. Pretty special to watch. But they go 4-2. They took care of business out there. Rico, you mentioned the game they did lose because that one I did not see.
So they lost
Duke.
they lost to. I'm going to add Ahman to our little group here. What's up, Ahman?
What's up?
Lost to UCLA the first day, and they lost to Duke
that evening. I think was it? Or
that
the next
it was
the next day.
Yeah, no, not the next. The next day went 2-0. The day after that, they lost to Duke, and then they had another doubleheader. It was like 4 days it was 3 days. I don't remember. They lost. It might have been the next day, but they lost to Duke.
Yeah, it was the day after. It was the day after UCLA.
Yeah, Jordy Ball had a no hitter going into the 8th inning because they had to go extras because it was 0-0. Neither offense could really get anything going. And they have this like international rule where they put a runner on second. I know MLB has been kind of doing that or was experimenting with that, at least in the playoffs. So they put a runner on second. Duke ends up scoring. They end up beating Nebraska 3-0. Nebraska really struggled with runners on base. They went 0 for 17, I believe, with runners on base. It just really did not go very well for them. And it was the same thing that happened when they played UCLA and ended up losing against both ranked teams. They could not hit the ball when people were on base. So that's something that they really need to figure out there. But their pitching seems to be in a really good spot. Another run rule the night before they come back, they run rule Utah to kind of close out the Mary Nutter. And like you said, they go 4-2. What is it? Now they're up to 5 losses. All 5 of their losses have come against teams in the top 20.
Right.
So it's not like they're out there losing to teams they shouldn't lose to. They're losing to teams that are ranked, and they're losing these close games.
And with the exception of the UCLA game, was the only one they really just kind of got handed to them.
And I mean, that's the number 4 team in the country.
Exactly.
So that's, it happens.
Exactly.
I mean, Texas just lost, and they were number 1. So it happens.
Abby Squire, little neighbor Gail. I would call my little neighbor Gail, but Abby,
the little neighbor.
She was just cranking bats out left and right. She went 3 for 3 yesterday, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. The 2 home runs were hard too, man. Just bam, bam. She slipped. Was the second one she slipped on going around the base?
Yeah, she was going to second base and she just slipped and fell.
Yeah, got back up. That's Abby.
That's the excitement.
That's Abster. And it was in Jordy Ball, 5-2 pitching. Those 5 innings yesterday. You guys, you think about this. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. On AG, good morning to you, brothers. Well, the impact that she's having already this year is just phenomenal, you guys.
In the circle and in the box, she's doing a little bit of everything. I mean, she's cranking homers, she's striking people out, she's throwing shutouts, throwing no hitters. She's doing everything for this team, and that's kind of what everybody expected and what she expected coming back to Nebraska was to be that do-it-all person, and that's part of the reason why she came back to Nebraska is because they're allowing her to hit. At Oklahoma, I think she hit her freshman year a little bit, but they were like, "You're just a pitcher. You're going to be pitching, and that's it."
Yep.
Nebraska,
so she didn't hit much at Oklahoma then.
Nah. She comes back to Nebraska, and they're like, all right, you're doing both. They got her playing first base when she's not pitching.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's doing a little bit of everything, just showcasing all of the skills that she has as one of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
And then baseball is a sport you can get away doing that, right? You can move your pitcher somewhere in the infield or even in the outfield if they have speed. And that was something big and why I like multi-sport baseball players if they play basketball also along with football, because then they got a mind of where you give them something and then they'll look at it and process it in a way that, oh yeah, I could do that. I could figure that out real fast. Because that's the type of mentality you got to have as an athlete. So any baseball player, any softball player, going into other sports, like I said, or vice versa, if it's a rugby, soccer, whatever, that athlete can then adjust to a new sport and figure out how they can get better at it right away.
Raffy, Rico, AG, Nebraska posted a 10th run rule victory in the season in the first 16 games so far. Now, here's the stat that blows me away right here, Rico. You're talking about the bats. The Huskers have outscored their opponents 134-21 in their 11 victories this season, including a 123-19 margin in their 10 run rule wins. Dude, their bats, when they're hitting, they are hitting.
They are on fire. They're cranking home runs left and right. Shout out to Ava Cusack, who's leading off for them and is cranking home runs left and right. I believe she was at 9 before this tournament. She sat out the first day with concussion-like symptoms, and then she got right back into the lineup. And I think she hit 2 more over the course of the last 3 games. So she's already in double-digit home runs, I believe, this season. And again, she only had 9 or 8 her entire final season at Wisconsin, her entire 52 games at Wisconsin. So something's working here.
Yeah. She's getting it done. They play so they went 4-2 over this weekend. It's the first time
It's good, very good.
Absolutely. It's the first time they had a winning record at this particular tournament as well. Since 2011, since the beginning of 2011, as far as that goes. Now, Nebraska, they go to Wichita State.
Shockers.
They go against Wichita State. They play in that tournament this weekend. They play, it's February 8th through March 2nd. Their first game, the opening competition at 10 a.m. down there at Wichita State.
So in their 4 losses, they are currently being outscored 21-6. Their worst loss is the 9-1 loss to UCLA. But that first weekend, they lost 5-6 to Texas Tech, 3-0 to Mississippi State, and then they fall 9-1 to UCLA and 3-0 to Duke.
You guys,
good teams though. UCLA's that squad.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm looking right here.
Numbers 13 Texas Tech, 24 Mississippi State, 4 UCLA,
there we
11
go.
Duke.
Yeah,
And Baylor was the second highest receiving votes.
Okay.
So they weren't in the top 25, but they were right there. And Nebraska beat them 4-1.
Okay. D-Train again said right here, I played every position in baseball except catcher and loved it. And D-Train, that's like you were saying, AG, when you got a person that can play multi-positions but also multi-sports, you know that's going to be one of your hardest workers.
And best players though.
Absolutely.
I mean, hardest workers, but best players. So they figure it out fast.
Well, and the thing too, you got to look at Jordy Ball also. For the prior 2 years before last year, she was looked at as one of the top players in the country, if not the top player in the country. She was gone all last year. Any person, if you look at all the greats, the one thing is they want to be the best at what they do. So it's kind of this year's kind of her reintroducing herself, to college softball and saying, hey, don't forget about me. And that's what this season feels like. She has one no-hitter already. She went 8 innings with a no-hitter against Duke. And then now you see her offensive abilities. So anything, she wants to be the best player in the country. And, right now she's in that fast lane to do that.
You've got Jordy Ball hitting 500. She's got 44 at-bats, 22 hits, 19 runs scored, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. And
Awesome.
That's just hitting the ball. That's nothing with her pitching, which you just said she already has a no-hitter and took a no-hitter into the 8th this season. They have Nebraska softball has 4 players hitting over 400, including AD's little neighbor girl, Abby Squire, hitting 433 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs.
When do they open their home schedule?
Early
March. Early March
8th or something. Hold on, I'm on the schedule right now.
Because you got to think that's going to be one hot ticket.
It is. I got
it's March
6th against Northern Colorado.
Yep.
The Big Red Fling. You'll see Northern Colorado, South Dakota State, Northern Iowa coming here. Nebraska will play all 4 of those teams, and they will also play each other, so you can get some extra softball in. And that is March 6th through the 9th.
That's going to be some serious action going on there, man. Serious action going on there.
And that's the end of their non-con schedule. Then they hop into conference play with some non-con play mixed in there. They'll play Omaha, Creighton, and that's the only other 2 non-con games. So if you want to get the Creighton one, that's April 9th, and that one will be at Bowlin. The Omaha one is in Omaha.
How's Creighton looking this year, y'all?
I couldn't tell you.
Look that up. I haven't paid attention to Creighton.
I don't pay attention to Creighton anything.
Dang. God, dog. Tell me how you really feel, Raff.
I don't care if it's speech and debate. I don't care what.
They are a part of the state of Nebraska, aren't they?
So speaking of not really,
I think it was right down the street from my high school. So yeah, they are.
Speaking of not Creighton,
I saw your high school this week in AG. I said, "There's AG's high school."
Nice. Thank you.
Another Nebraska gal, Ruby Malin, who transferred from Washington. She's at Oklahoma State. Nebraska will see her on Friday, on the 28th, when Nebraska plays Oklahoma State in Wichita.
It's going to be
part of their doubleheader. They play South Dakota State they play South Dakota State in Wichita at 10 o'clock in the morning that day. And then at 12:30, or just directly following that game, they play Oklahoma State.
That is crazy. It was 6 innings?
7.
7. Okay. 7.
Unless you unrule them, which is what Nebraska has been doing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you guys...
Hopefully you get a Jordy Ball and Ruby Malin duo or head-to-head in that one.
Well, just talking about this, you guys. I mean, you look about the baseball team is off to a good start. Decent start. Softball's off to a good start. Sometimes because, it's been so football dominant. I mean, and I say dominant, not on the field, but I just mean it's conversation-wise. You know what I'm saying? So definitely on the field. Unfortunately, that can change. But I mean, we got something in the spring now to where you're excited to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because there's two teams that are maximizing their rosters. You've got some good athletes. Obviously, the Jordy Ball out there. The men's softball baseball winning the Big Ten championship last year. Yep. And they're coming back full. It makes this spring something like, you know what? There's still stuff to watch. No NFL. Obviously.
We don't need a spring game.
Hey, Haymarket's the place to be.
Yeah, so you've kind of got that springtime fever a little bit because you got two teams that are very competitive.
Yep.
This makes it easier. Folks, when we come back, we got a little history to discuss on this beautiful Monday morning in the tip. First of all, AG, what's the heat check down in H-Town this morning, bro?
47 and cloudy right now.
We got the same stuff.
AG,
that
we're
not
just
cloudy
1
yet.
degree chillier and the sun's out. It's 46 here in the capital city downtown.
Right.
It's amazing.
You should come join us. It's warm.
We'll be right back.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. Will be mild and afternoon high near 64. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds, a low near 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with a light breeze, the high near 66. A meteorologist complex for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Attention all Wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need. Advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. It is beautiful outside. Hello, summer. Oh.
Hello, summer.
That's what you sound like.
Hey, I sound that good.
Well, everybody, welcome to another great episode of The Drive. I'm Chris Raff.
Do I sound like Harry Carey?
Hello, summer.
Do the Cubs need to call me?
Woo!
Maybe I'm the new play-by-play guy for the Cubbies.
That's you, Raff. That's what you sound like.
This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell, Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. It can help you protect your home, your family, your vehicle, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Dude, it feels like summer compared to what it was last week, though, man.
No jacket today.
People driving down O Street with the windows down, literally pickup truck.
I got my car wash yesterday.
Yes.
And that's when you know the difference between 0 degrees and 40 degrees.
Yes.
You ain't lying, bro.
It could have been 24 degrees, and it still would have been like, man.
It felt like it's 80.
Oh, if it's 40 and no wind, it's perfect. I can live with that.
Yeah, it is glorious outside.
Yeah,
right
and see that's what the Midwest does. Weather does to you when you live in there.
It does, bro.
It gives you a different frame of reference. Frame of reference.
Big time. Well, in history, sports history, 1987 LA Lakers Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scores his 36,000th NBA point in a 97-93 win over the Suns in Phoenix. Quick question for you guys, man. Kareem. Who are you taking in your lifetime? Not all time, in your lifetime.
Ooh.
Rico, AG, Raff. What center are you taking in your lifetime to be your starting center?
Oh, I only got one guy. Superman. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Diesel.
Yep.
AG, who you going with?
I might have to go with Prime Shaq. Either Prime Shaq or Prime Bill Russell or Prime Wilt.
Who are you going with?
You said my lifetime, there's only one.
Who that?
The big Aristotle.
The big Aristotle.
Shaq.
So we got.
How old are you, AG? No.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm a sports fan. When I finally found out about Bill Russell and what he did, I was like, man. I say the difference between those three guys that I mentioned is obviously Shaq's size. Like he was more physical than the other two. They were more finesse, but that was the time for their era. They didn't have to be as physical. They just had to be longer and know how to catch the ball off the rim, basically.
Who would you go with? Would you go with Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain? You have Bill Russell with the titles, Wilt Chamberlain with the crazy statistics.
I'll probably go Bill because I met him and he like Coach Sherman obviously was a Boston native, so he would bring in people from the East Coast, and he brought in Bill Russell one time. Actually flew him into Green Bay, pregame talked to us, and I was already locked in when I saw him walk in where he had to dip his head under the doorway to come in, and I'm like, that's Bill Russell. Everybody like, who you talking about? I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute, time out. How y'all not know Bill Russell? For one, let's just start there first. I'm like, man. And then he started talking, and I'm just like, man, he's telling stories. One story I could tell, I just gotta have he change the verbiage. But he mentioned about how you had to hold your teammates accountable. And I remember he said, I'm standing at the foul line, and he basically had to read a riot act to it was either Kuzi or another forward that wasn't defending their opponent, right? Like he gave him the riot act while it was Kuzi was shooting, and it was his other teammate that wasn't defending properly, and he's giving him the business at the foul line. But he's like, I'm just holding him accountable. It's like, hey, that's how it is. So
who does that
I'm taking Bill Russell though. I like him a lot.
Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean point guards? Yeah, obviously.
But I mean just the way holding your teammates accountable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I like all those centers you mentioned, but I'm going to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, Dream Shake.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with the Dream.
He was special. He's the guy that all centers now go to. They come down to Houston and train with him on their own, or they come as a group. But he is the go-to guy for big man play right now. He's been there for 20 plus years for sure since he's retired.
Absolutely, AJ. What you just mentioned, you see a lot of forwards and three guards to go to him as far as footwork as well. I know Kobe spent some time with him. A lot of time, I think LeBron has spent some time with him.
All the big men go with him.
They go see him because that dude. The thing about him, the thing about Hakeem, the reason why, now obviously physically, I mean, Shaq is that superior dude. I mean, he's a generational guy.
He's the most dominant center of all time.
But I mean, offensively and defensively, and will shoot free throws. Hakeem was just to me. That's the guy I'm taking.
Package. Yeah,
if you asked third grade Raff, best center ever,
third
Dave
grade,
Hoffman.
I liked it.
Dave Hoffman. All right, Dave Hoffman. He played center here at Nebraska. Back in the day, we were little guys when Dave Hoffman. Okay, let me ask you this: a quick trivia question. Who were the Nebraska coaches since 1970, basketball-wise?
Basketball-wise?
I only know because I was looking at it a few days
I
ago.
just know one because when we were there, it was Danny Nee.
Yep. You got
who came before? Who came
Joe
before Danny?
Cipriano.
Joe Cipriano. Then
Mo Iba.
Then
Danny Nee.
Then
the one before Doc. One before Doc.
He was up in
Barry Collier.
Yep.
Doc Sadler.
Yep.
Tim Miles.
Yep.
Fred Hoiberg.
There you go. There you go.
In order.
There you go. Always why I know it because I was curious.
I knew Danny. Danny had his
guru.
dark hair, slicked back.
Yep.
Always suited up.
Always suited. New Yorker.
New York.
What you got, Rafferty?
My history for today. Today, in 1980, the U.S. ice hockey team clinches a gold medal with a 4-2 win over Finland. A lot of people forget that the Miracle on Ice was actually the semifinal game against the Soviet Union, and then they had to come back 2 days later and play for the gold medal.
It's a lot of emotion and stuff to go through and not even get a medal yet.
Yeah, that would have been wild. They beat you think it would have had if they would not have won the gold medal against Finland, would the talk of 45-year anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, would that be talked about as much?
I gotta watch that movie still.
Yeah, it's a good one. Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell it played the coach, correct?
Did you watch Step Brothers this weekend? I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't do the assignment.
This week,
I'm pulling your car. Car gone. It's going in the shredder right now. It's going in the shredder.
Immediately.
Immediately.
I knew you wouldn't.
You got to keep them right, Rico and Raff.
Two things.
Accountability.
Two things for me.
Oh,
First
Bill
off,
Russell and give you the business.
Yeah. Hold him
happy
accountable.
birthday. Happy birthday to my sibling, Saint. It's their birthday today. So happy birthday to them. And this day, back in 1945, the U.S. flag was raised on Iwo Jima.
Ooh,
Hello.
war. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. What's that?
Wow. That's definitely
World War II?
One of the most iconic pictures of all time.
Yes,
You
it
said,
was.
yeah, that's not World War II. That's World War
Yep.
II.
Yes, it was.
1945.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeezy, what you got, my man?
I got actually new history because esports is still growing. So this day we have over in, I believe, Japan is the League of Legends Championship Cup became the second most popular event in the league's history of the series, having 539,000 consecutive viewers peak at one peak. So there you go.
Ooh, bless
Wow. 539,000 concurrent viewers.
Growth, baby.
Yeah, and growth there. And also in the Valorant Championship Tour Masters over in Bangkok had a large increase in viewership on opening day as well in Shanghai, in the Shanghai edition. So overseas is hitting it big, man. We got to, again, catch up.
Catch up.
Yeah.
I thought about you this weekend, AG.
What's up?
I went to the arcade and I played a game of Pac-Man.
Ooh.
I have reason to believe that those ghosts are on steroids because they are so much faster than when I was a little kid.
Okay, see, yeah, I'll explain what's going on because I had to explain this to my wife last night as we played Mario Kart, and I play it at least 3 times a month, if not more. And so you had not played that game. When was the last time you played Pac-Man, Raph? Like actually played Pac-Man?
Probably 1986, maybe.
Okay, so there's your reason why if you felt like the ghosts were faster because you hadn't played it. It's just like that first week of practice that I had as a freshman. You know, I'm like, oh my god, this black shirt defense is a problem. But by the second week, all the reps I got, then by the second week, I was like, oh wait a minute, it's not that bad. So
he said, oh, they're actually not that good.
No, so I know I did not say that, Rico. I knew
just
better.
need every defender from back then to realize what Ahman just said.
But I'm positive I did break the record on the football throwing game. So
there you go. So yeah, just your frame of reference. That's all. Get your reps in.
Yeah. Hadn't thrown a football in probably 2 years, probably, maybe longer. I don't know. They had this game where you throw the football through the holes or whatever. I was like, I'm not leaving here until I think I finished up. Oh yeah. I got like 6 Pro Bowls, 3 Hall of Fames. I put on a show.
Only two Super Bowls.
But my arm
receiver started dropping
this morning. My arm today feels kind of like jelly. I don't.
How long did you throw for?
It's been a little bit.
What's that?
How long did you throw for?
Oh, about a half an hour.
I see. And your arm felt like jelly?
Oh, my arm felt like jelly when I was doing it. Probably about the 4th game. But I had the crowd. You know, I had to show them how it was done. So I kept on.
Well, it's like that first time you go play golf for the first time of the year.
Yeah, and you're sore the next day
because you're not making those movements on a regular, man. So your body feels it, man.
But I don't feel as bad as I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. We went down to the Hawks field house.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I wasn't going to throw the football, and about 5 minutes in, just chucking like 40, 50 yards.
Famous last words whenever you go anywhere where there's a football or a basketball. I'm not going to do this. No. That's everybody. I'm not going to do this.
The ball line just waits.
Yes, you are.
I woke up the next morning. My whole side, my arm was shaking. I couldn't. For like 3 days, my arm was so sore. But oh well.
Just like if there's a basketball hoop and you're with like your friends and you're just like, oh, we're just going to shoot. And you're just shooting. All of a sudden, somebody gets in your face. All of a sudden, you're playing one-on-one.
Next is
you're playing
21.
and you're just like, what is happening?
I'll get sucked into the peer pressure. That don't happen to me. I'll be like, I already know in my brain I can't do that anymore. So
my buddy,
I'll just look at the ball, throw me the ball, and I just like hold it. Okay, throw it right back.
You're just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
My buddy Jim, he used to, when we were growing up, he always wanted to dunk the basketball. He worked all summer, ended up dunking the basketball. This has probably been about 10 years ago now, and his kids were getting out of school and there was basketball hoops in, and he goes, I wonder if I could still dunk.
And how old is he now doing this?
He would have been 40 when this happened.
See, that's where he's messed up. That's that. You seen those social media videos where it said this is where where he messed up, or they didn't say messed up, they say another word. This is that moment. This is that moment right here too. So continue, Raff.
So he got out of his car, and I guess he said there was like a little mini ball sitting there, and he's like jumped up, said, "I slammed that thing right through the hoop," and I was like, "Yeah." Came down, blew out my ACL.
Oh man!
I hated to be the foreshadowing person right there. Gosh. I hated to be the foreshadowing person, but that's that video everybody posts on social media. This is about the time when you blanked.
Yeah. So. Yep.
I need one of those hoodies that says "Washed Up Dad."
I wonder if I can still touch the rim.
I don't even.
Pull out an ACL.
Give me.
Just thinking about it makes my knees hurt.
Oh yeah, so is mine.
I think
I could get the rim still. I could get the rim.
Okay, well you have arms that look like they're 9 months pregnant. All right.
Thank you, Rico. I appreciate you for that one. I appreciate you for that one. Thank you. You see, like I just go with the flow. Thank you for the compliment.
Folks, we'll come back. We got some Husker basketball to discuss. The Husker ladies took on Washington yesterday at the Vault, and unfortunately, they left away with the key to it. We'll talk about when you come back, folks. It's The Drive, 937 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need. Advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fierce Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fierce Cheese Spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. It'll be mild and afternoon high near 64. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds, a low near 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with a light breeze, the high near 66. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
February is American Heart Month. the perfect time to focus on your health. Even a small change can make a big impact on your heart health. Try adding a vegetable to your dinner or a no-salt seasoning. Looking for support in making these small changes? Join a healthy living program to learn about healthy lifestyle changes with a supportive and encouraging group. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska for more information. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we were talking hot wings.
I was like, hot wings. I've been challenged.
You like hot wings, Raff?
Yeah,
like,
I love hot wings.
Real hot ones, don't you?
Yeah, I ain't afraid.
See,
Next day's tough, but
Ahman's done it. I've done it twice.
I've done it several times.
A hot ones challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a hot ones challenge there about a year ago now. That was dominated.
Yeah, well, you're a freak, so
yeah.
But man, like I love spicy food, so this has been a journey for me. Started in Miami when we went down to the Orange Bowl my sophomore year, and I made friends with one of our drivers that took us to practice and from practice. His name is Nick. I'm still friends with him today, and his cousin Art. I met that weekend as well, and so he took me to the Hooters in Miami for dinner one night and was talking trash about how good Miami, Florida athletes were better than Midwestern or West Coast. And that was an argument I was not ready to hear. And I gave him the business, guys. I gave him the business. But then he challenged me to the 7 Mile island sauce that's on Hooters wings that you can order. And I dominated then too. He was like, "What?" He said, "Man, you barely sweat." I'm like, "I know. I had you in the bucket. This is easy."
Because I'm an alien. That's what you should have said.
That's what my wife. I don't know if maybe I am. I don't know because I did the hot chip challenge.
The one chip challenge.
The one chip challenge. I did that. Did you see that video I did, Rico?
I did because you're a freak. I would do the hot ones wings challenge 3 times before I do that.
You do the one chip.
That one chip. First off, the chip is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just a whole bunch of mashed whatever put together, and then they put the hottest
seasoning that they can imagine on there.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, which means it tastes bad, so it's hard to like eat it. And then all the hot stuff on it makes it even worse. Yeah. And I threw up. I ate like a whole thing of ice cream with no spoon. I was just scooping it out with my teeth. And it still was just destroying me. And I would do the Hot Ones challenge, all 10 of those wings, including the bomb, 3 times before I touch that hot chip again.
Go to
my
Google.
thing with wings is
go right.
Oh, my thing with wings is, or any type of food, is I sweat all the time, so it doesn't matter. But what's happened to me over the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years is it's the next day that gets me. But,
no, that's just part of it. That's just
but like
your
eating
body's
stuff,
releasing
I'm
it.
good with that. I love spicy stuff. I'm good with that. But I just got to know what I'm doing the next day.
Right, your body's like, hey man, you messed up. Now we got to get it straight. You know, so you got it's gonna come out of one way. It's gonna either come out your throat or come out your backside.
Yeah.
And if you watch, it's a couple videos that you could go and have a great day of laughing. It's Akbar Bajabiamila, Kabir's brother.
Oh yeah,
he did it several times. So he did the one chip challenge, I think 3 times. The first one was his rookie one where he didn't know what he was getting into. He was trash talking about the chip. Oh, this ain't nothing, this, that, and the other. And then he got his butt kicked. The second one is him like, okay, I'm a veteran now. And he's still trash. He didn't learn the first time. He's still trash talking the chip. And then he it wasn't a complete butt whipping, but he lost. Then the third one, he was able to get his son, that's maybe 10 or 11, involved. And his son did the chip challenge with him. And I think his son owned him on it. So you can watch Akbar do that, man. It's hilarious. But then also Google Ahman Green one chip challenge, where I owned the one chip. I think I own the company. And I think I'm a silent shareholder. Well, not silent anymore, but anyway, in the company that makes the chips. So there you go. Enjoy.
Hey, can I hit you guys with some breaking news?
Yeah,
sure.
You guys know that the AVCA First Serve Showcase, Nebraska was a part of it last year in Louisville, correct?
Yep.
You do know that it's going to be in Lincoln this year.
Hello.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, that's the thing. A little different this year. 2 sites, PBA and the Sanford Pentagon up in South Dakota.
Oh, wow.
Instead of 4 teams, it'll be 10 teams, 8 matches, 2 sites, 4 days. This is courtesy of Lincoln Arneal, who's posting this right now. The 10 teams who will be in Lincoln and South Dakota over those 4 days. Obviously, Nebraska with their new coach, Danny Busboom Kelly. Pittsburgh, who is
pretty good last year.
back-to-back Final Four, back-to-back Final Four teams, including the reigning Player of the Year, Olivia Babcock. Florida, who just lost their coach a few weeks ago and just hired Marquette's coach, so they have a new coach.
Baller.
Stanford, who obviously is one of the better premier volleyball programs.
John
in the
Elway
nation.
went there.
Ballers.
Penn State, the defending national champions, will be here. Creighton, down the street, top 25 team, almost made the Final Four, just barely missed out after they lost to Louisville.
Ballers.
Vanderbilt, who is introducing a new program. This is I think their first or second year being a volleyball program. Kansas, who is breaking in a new coach, Oregon's old head coach after their longtime coach retired.
Baller.
Minnesota with Keegan Cook up there, who is in his 3rd year at Minnesota after he left Washington to go to Minnesota, and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are the 10 teams who will be a part of the AVCA First Serve Showcase next season to kick the season off.
Wow.
In Lincoln and in South Dakota at the Sanford Pentagon. Again, over the course of 4 days, 2 sites, there will be 8 matches, 10 teams. Nebraska will play, give me a second, Pittsburgh and Stanford at PBA in August as a part of the First Serve Showcase.
I love that. But man, if they could have got CHI, can you imagine the attendance for?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool about South Dakota, the Pentagon. That's great. You know, they get great loyal attendance there. But your imagination tends to grow. Like you had CHI full and you had PBA full.
That's going to be a heck of an event, man. 2 days.
2 days. No, 4 days. 4 days, 2 sites.
4 days, 2
Will Nebraska have to play in South Dakota, you think? Or
no, both Nebraska matches will be inside PBA, and they get Pittsburgh and Stanford.
Of course, home field advantage right there.
Some of the other matchups, let me see, because I'm reading this on if you want to get more information on this, check out our guy, Lincoln Arneal at Lincoln_VB on Twitter. He has an article on Huskers Illustrated where he's talking all about this. Some of the other matchups, let me make sure that I get this correct. The matches starting time, they haven't announced them yet, but the ones at the Sanford Pentagon will host 2 matches on Monday, August 25th. Ticket pre-sales open on Thursday, February 27th for the matches in Lincoln, and on March 6th for the Sioux Falls matches. General public sale for both sites will begin on March 14th. Tickets can be purchased through Ticketmaster. Stanford and Florida will also play on opening night in the first match for Gators' new coach, Ryan Thies, who is the former Marquette coach. On Saturday, Creighton will take on Penn State. Vanderbilt will play Kansas in its first match. So this is their first year in 45 years for its relaunched program. Nebraska and Stanford will play. Florida and Pittsburgh will play. Up in Sioux Falls, you'll get Kansas and Penn State and Texas A&M and Minnesota. So that is fantastic, just fantastic matchups.
Tournament.
This is going to be a great time.
That's going to be, and think about that, everything that's going to be going on during that time. August when? Is that August?
Kick off the season?
Yeah, August 28th, if I got that right.
So that'll be let me see, that'll be, Nebraska football opens up at Cincinnati on the 28th as well.
Okay, August 22nd.
Okay. So a week before opening.
Yeah,
okay.
August 22nd, but it's 4 days, so to the 26th.
Cool. Boy, that's going to be some nice August right there, getting ready for the first game of football. Volleyball kicks off at a tournament like that. That's huge right there.
Yeah, Nebraska takes on Pitt and reigning National Player of the Year, Olivia Babcock, on the first night on August 22nd. It'll be Danny Busboom-Kelly's first match as the Nebraska head coach.
Hello.
And she'll be taking on her old ACC rival, Pittsburgh, from her time in Louisville. The team that they beat to go to the national championship match last year.
Well, you think about what that does. You take away from the sports from an economic standpoint for Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like an extra game. Obviously, not 80,000.
Maybe that's why they were like, I know spring game. We got the AVCA showcase coming.
I mean, it's sad. Danny has to start off against Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh and Stanford.
Why we didn't schedule like a Bowling Green or a Miami of Ohio? I don't understand it.
Because Nebraska volleyball doesn't do that.
Hey, exactly. We want the best. We want the best.
Here, but they're getting the best of the best in here.
They don't play.
Oh,
that is.
We want the best. Bring them on, please. And it's not being cocky. It's not being trash talky. It is being confident.
Yeah.
In your game.
They'll find out where they're at right away too, man, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. You find where you stand.
Absolutely.
And these are some great matchups with Nebraska and Pittsburgh and Stanford, Florida and Stanford, Creighton and Penn State, Kansas and Vanderbilt, Florida and Pitt. My goodness.
Where do you go, Rico?
I'm staying in Lincoln. I'm gonna check all those out.
Okay, I thought maybe I'd make a trip up to the Pentagon.
Look, Nebraska's not going up to the Pentagon, so I'm gonna stay here.
You go where Nebraska goes.
Our fun trip weekend will be going back and forth for every big matchup.
Oh, that'd be tough.
That's where Omaha would have came in.
That'd
right down the
You
road.
could have did both.
Yeah.
I wonder if Omaha if there's something going on at CHI at that point.
It might
I
be.
feel like that would have been their first choice.
It's summer.
Although Nebraska and Creighton would have had to.
Oh no, not summer. It's August.
Yeah, late summer. I would have like a big concert or something.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
already
August. Yeah, maybe a concert.
Potentially, we could
Maybe
look it up.
That's going to be a heck of a weekend, man.
That's going to be a fun weekend.
Well, baseball-wise, the men dropped to Louisiana. They played down there at the MLT at the Russo Park in Lafayette, Louisiana. They ended up losing 10-2 in the series finale. They totaled basically 2 runs, you guys. The baseball it was not their day yesterday as far as that goes. And the Raging Cajuns ripped off 10 runs on 13 hits and took care of Nebraska in that tournament there. David Nunes had a solo homer on his first career start. Will Jeske, the young guy, had an RBI triple. Dylan Carey and Max Butenbach, as well as Ryden Silva, each had single shots in the loss they had there. Will Walsh ended up dropping 1-1 on the season, gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. But the big thing came for the Cajuns where in the second inning, they ripped off 5 runs. And, and Nebraska did not answer for that at all. To take a 5-0 lead, they didn't answer, end up losing that one and dropping 10-2 overall, 10-2 score. But Nebraska's got a short memory because, as you know, it's weekend they play. Yep. So they'll be in Frisco, Texas, playing in the tournament down there. It's the Frisco College Baseball Classic. They will take on Sam Houston at 6 p.m. So a chance for them to get back on track that next weekend. Gentlemen, There's another loss that took place at the Vault last night. It was senior day, and you have the seniors that were graduating. You have Markowski, of course, is gone. Kendall Coley is gone. Kendall Moriarty, she's gone, and Alberta Remdahl, she's gone. Coley, she was the graduate that came from Minneapolis. She's one of the top 5 players as far as Husker history, as far as 132 games played. Moriarty, she joined Markowski and Coley as well. She was consistent. She appeared in 103 consecutive games for Nebraska and 125 games overall. Remdahl, of course, played in all 27 games and 6 starts. She averaged 7 points a game. Those girls are going to be missed big time. So a huge shout out to those gals that left it all on the line for Nebraska. But yesterday's game was just, you guys watching it, Rico, Raff, and AG, there were times where it seemed like their feet were in cement. It just seemed like there were times their feet were in cement yesterday. And the biggest thing that hurt Nebraska yesterday, 15 turnovers compared to 5. The turnovers absolutely killed Nebraska yesterday. The third quarter, where they got outscored 21-5 in the third quarter. You're not going to meet many teams where you get outscored 21-5 in that third quarter, because they kept it close even going into halftime. But just that second half, that third quarter, that was their end, man.
Yeah, it's tough for it. Look, you score 5 points in a quarter, you're not going to win many games. But for a team that is usually pretty careful with the ball and not turning the ball over, that's really a backbreaker in that aspect. And when you think of all the firepower really that they do have, although they were playing again without Britt Prince, their 5-star freshman point guard, despite having her out, you still have a ton of firepower. To only score 5 points in a quarter is just mind-boggling, especially when you have a player that's as dominant and as on fire as Alexis Markowski has been over the past couple of games. It's senior night, really heartbreaking to see Nebraska fall that way in their final home game for a lot of these women.
Fellas, go ahead, AG.
No, I'm just saying to piggyback on what Rico said, with the passing, kind of ill-advised passes, not much force sometimes on the bounce passes, and you got to, playing against a good Washington team, and most teams that we're talking about are getting ready to go into tournament play, be it conference, be it the NCAA. So you got to tighten up those fundamentals in terms of, don't give up those simple passes. You think it's an easy pass right here to my teammate, but then put a little bit more. You don't put all the gas on it that you need to get it to them, and then that ball comes up a turnover or even goes out of bounds. It doesn't hit the target. So just paying attention to those little things, from grabbing rebounds, being in the right place to box out, then passing the ball, making sure you put a little bit more force in it so it gets to your teammate and not to the other team, or even goes out of bounds. Make sure it's accurate. So just paying attention to those little things that get them a little bit more locked in is something they're going to have to do here in the next couple of days.
Raff, they got this week off.
Good rest time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
Britt Prince, rest time.
Yes, and it'll be curious if she makes it back. Obviously, she was in street clothes yesterday. She's been out since the Minnesota game 2 weeks ago, and you go to a Northwestern team that is one of the bottom. I think they're like third from the bottom, fourth from the bottom, give or take. 2 p.m. game, they're Northwestern. This week, how much are you pushing them hard, or are you resting them a little bit, getting ready for this last? Because they know they got to
because they're in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah,
I think you're resting them a little bit. I think this team, with the injuries that it's sustained throughout the year, right now, the Britt Prince injury, that's the huge thing, and you've got to think that where she was at yesterday, if you wonder if she could have played, but the coaching staff looking at it the way, looking at the way the tournament's coming up, having this whole week of rest. So I would think that you're going to rest them. I mean, they know what they're up against. You can watch the tape, maybe some shooting here, but I would definitely take it easy on them and have them ready to go for that Northwestern game and the Big Ten tournament.
Rico?
I agree. I feel like rest might be the best thing. You just played an overtime game against a tough Oregon squad. You come back 4 days later, and as you said, kind of look like your feet are in cement, despite having a hotly contested first half with Washington. That third quarter is really telling. So if you can rest up a little bit, obviously you're still trying to win this game and kind of attempt to better your seed going into the Big Ten tournament and better your record with chances to make the NCAA tournament in that aspect. You're still going to want to win this game against Northwestern, obviously, but I think it's a good time to take a couple days, rest up, obviously still practice, but not go as hard, avoid any unnecessary, injuries, bruises, nicks, cuts, whatever it is that might ail you going into this Northwestern game and then into the Big Ten tournament. So just take some time to get your minds right, get your bodies right, go up to Evanston, take care of business against the Wildcats, and then head to Indianapolis and see what you can do in the Big Ten tournament against teams that, you've played every team in this conference tough aside from the top two, really, in USC and UCLA.
AG, you think about this, man. You're going to go against a Northwestern team that is 9-17 overall. They're most likely, done for the season. There's going to be a struggle for them to, depending on what happened between Northwestern, Purdue, Rutgers, and Penn State towards the bottom there. So they're not completely out of it yet. So Northwestern, I don't think it's just going to be like, hey, we're just done with this because they're still scrapping to get in the Big Ten tournament. Yep. What's your approach for the ladies this week in practice?
Well, to that point, for one, Northwestern, they're not going to just lay down dead unless they start there first. Right. And then as a coach, I'm going to make sure I agree with Raff and Rico. I'm going to rest a little bit, but just enough to where I could see they get something out of it. But then I'm going to hit them mentally a lot because a lot of like I said, this is the end of the season, and every season of sport gets to that long point where you're like, oh my God, I'm ready for something new. Your body's telling you you're ready for something new, but you got to keep chugging on. But then that's where you would, as a coach, change things up for them, make it more mentally taxing so where they understand, they think more, because that's what's going to be the defining thing is thinking a little bit more in pressure situations. Because you saw some of the plays that they had against UW was just simple defensive errors, sometimes being out of position or having the player that has the ball at the top of the point, at the 3-point line, making a nice little quick pass, and our defenders are not in the right spot. So looking at those little errors on film, then making those mental corrections, then the physical connection, or say corrections out on the court where you're not running them too much because they already have the endurance to play a full game. It's just now mentally just stay in it because that's what's going to take come in Big Ten tournament and NCAA tournament.
You look at that in-state tournament, you look at the top 25 as of right now, 6 Big Ten teams, women's teams are in the top 25. So your point, you challenge them this week, you try to preserve their legs from a middle aspect, like you said, AG, test them because after next Saturday, guys, next Sunday, it's go time.
It's go time.
It is go time. It is go time. Folks, when we come back, we got some more Husker sports to discuss because the men take on the Wolverines, who are hot tonight, 7 p.m. at the Vault. We'll discuss when we come back, folks. It's The Drive.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse, and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. So, Nick, you're in the house now.
Hello.
Welcome back. Glad you survived your birthday weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now you're here. AG's here. I got the big question I have to ask. I just saw this. In 60% of the spring training parks, they've instituted the strike zone instant replay.
ABS.
What do you guys think about that?
Do you know much about it at AG, or would you like me to kind of go deep on it?
Well, kind of hearing just the description of it, we could go back and watch if that pitch hit the late corner, the far corner, to the right or stuff like that. I'll say just going off that information, and I'll let you talk, Nick. Just hearing it firsthand, it's like, I kind of like it because I know I play baseball, and every now and then that pitch on the outside corner, I'm like, I don't know, So it could bring that question into it. It just might, obviously, for the I would say for the enthusiasts of football or baseball, that it's America's pastime, they're not going to like it. I know that much, because it's going to bring technology into a game where they feel that it should be man's decision, strike or not out, strike out at first base or what have you. So I just know that's going to come in as a little bit of kickback. But for me, I have no problem with this. I think this obviously makes the game a little bit better, and it's going to tighten up pitching and actually hitting and catching as well. All right, Nick, you got it.
Well, I think a lot of it is we get reminded year after year how good some of these Major League Baseball umpires are. I mean, You're talking about centimeters where they can judge the difference on if a ball catches a sliver of the zone versus not catching a sliver of the zone. And so it's pretty remarkable when the umpire scorecards come out after every game. But then there are some, we know the Angel Hernandez situations, we know other things like that, where it's real bad. Well, the Major League Baseball, and this is where I struggle to sometimes give Rob Manfred credit, the commissioner of baseball, but I give him credit in this situation. They've done a good job the last 3-4 years of utilizing their minor league systems as areas and places to test things out. So they had ABS last year in minor league. So they were able to have an entire season of data at the single A, double A, triple A levels of, do we like this technology? Would we be a fan of instituting this into the majors before they even have to worry, before it's a trial and error situation in Major League Baseball? They actually it worked out really well last year in the minors, most importantly AAA. And so now they're going to institute it into Major League Baseball. And so for the fans that don't know what it is, automatic balls and strikes. Basically, there are cameras surrounding home plate. There are cameras in the outfield that basically track every single pitch. And there's a certain amount of challenges that the offense gets, that the defense gets every single game. The catcher is the only one that can challenge on the defensive side. The hitter is the only one that can challenge on the offensive side. And it has to be challenged within a certain time frame. The reason why, because they have all the analytics in the dugout. They can't get the call from the coach. If AD's up to bat, I can't be in the dugout saying, hey, AD, challenge that 10 seconds after the pitch, because now I see on my little iPad that it technically was a strike.
Yeah.
So there's a time frame. It has to be instantaneous of, I tap my head, it's a challenge, and it shows up on the big screen so all the fans in the entire stadium can see it. When it zooms in, it shows whether it hit the strike zone or not. And if it misses it, it tells you just by how much. We're talking half of an inch, half of a foot. Like these baseballs are missing the strike zone, and it's the difference between maybe a strikeout or a base on balls. I'm a big fan of it so far. I'm glad that they've started instituting it into spring training.
Me being the baseball novice here on it, I like the rule. And the reason why I like it, because when you're playing for so much at stake now, you look at the contracts that these guys are at, and not saying it wasn't any less important 10 years ago, but when you have the technology to improve the overall accurability of the game, to make it more accurate, why not use it?
Yeah.
Now, and AG, to your point, some of the purists were like, hey, well, wait a minute, it's baseball. I get that.
Yeah.
But would you rather have a game? Because you only say that when it doesn't impact your team.
Let's be honest. We're trying to achieve perfection and
Absolutely.
Consistency in every single sport when it comes to officiating. That's what you've got instant replay for.
Yeah.
But there's still subjectivity with instant replay. With this takes all subjectivity out of it.
That's what I liked about it. Is it a strike or ball?
It's either or. Now, you guys think about this. Bring it back to football, Raff, and me just being in Penn State a few weeks ago and still chiming back and forth.
Out of bounds.
The out of bounds play, which you didn't even need instant replay
it was
for
a
that.
drop in the end zone.
There was Nebraska against Florida State when he went in the end zone without the ball. We can go to baseball, Nick and AG and Raff. You guys watch baseball a lot more than I do. Think about the number of games that would have changed for the better if they would have had this type of technology.
Well, or the worst if you're the Royals. That might not have been quite as we saw in 85.
I mean,
So either way, but you definitely have something that is concrete. 100%. It takes all human error for the most part out of it. It's like you can see it's like either it was or it wasn't.
100%.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be. That's very.
Well, tonight, real quick before we go to break for our last break as well, Nebraska, gentlemen, I want to get your opinion on Nebraska welcomes in. Nebraska has 3 games left overall, 2 home games left, 1 away game, but they take on Michigan tonight at the Vault at 7 p.m. A very hot team that's coming here. Nebraska, according to Coach Herberg, their last road trip, they played 15 minutes total of good basketball as far as that goes. What are you guys expecting to see tonight?
For me, we need to get some type of inside game going. We got outscored in the paint by a lot. What was it 30? It was 36 to 18 in like the first half. They've got the big center, Goldine, I believe is his last name.
Yep, he's a baller.
And that's where the Captain Morgan, and Braxton Mia have got to step up tonight. I think if you get some big games out of those two and they can keep Goldine, they don't have to shut him down, but just keep him normal. Mm-hmm. And I think Nebraska has a chance to win tonight.
You guys, we have no word yet on Berke, right?
Yeah, I mean, Berke went through some live stuff late last week, shortly over the weekend. Nothing concrete that he's going to be available tonight. The only thing we can hope for is that, when that availability report comes out 2 hours before the game, that Berke's name is not on it.
So. Yeah. I would say just what I mentioned last week, just find a way to get in rhythm. Offensively, defensively, I know we're working in injuries, I say a lot of teams are. And so you got to put that one up as that to know that, hey, we got to get in rhythm, because once you get in rhythm, you understand where you need to be better on offensive side of getting down on court, but then also flipping to the other side, getting back on defense to defend and make sure the team just has the team going against you, has just as a hard problem of scoring points as you are probably against them. But if not, once you're in rhythm, though, it makes it a lot easier to run plays and get the passes off and be where they want to be come the end of the game.
Mm-hmm. To me, I think the keys to the game for Nebraska, I mentioned, like you said, Raff, they got to have an inside presence. And number 2, take care of the ball. You've got to take care of the ball and value those possessions and not get careless with it. As we've seen, that was the ladies' Achilles heel on yesterday with 15 turnovers and their loss to Washington yesterday. And I would say this too, Dusty May, Michigan's, it's his first year head coach. Man, they were completely last in the division on the Big Ten last year. They got a chance to actually win the Big Ten this year, but they are coming off a loss. They lost to Michigan State on Friday night, 75-62. So hopefully we can catch them with the reeling a little bit, but I don't think that place will be short of energy tonight in the Vault at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and one thing, one thing with Nebraska, we kind of touched on it there. Michigan's going to have 2 guys that are over 7 feet tall. It's Goldine that we talked about, but then also Danny Wolf is 7 feet tall. That's your two leading scorers for Michigan. A team that's coming in off of a loss against a rival in Michigan State the last game out, and so it's one of those situations. There's no curiosity of whether or not Dusty May is going to leave Michigan now to be the head coach at Indiana. There's no distraction there.
Right.
Michigan extended him. He's locked in. He's going to be in Ann Arbor for the time being. But ultimately, this is one of those games similar to, I would equate it to Maryland. Nebraska's probably going to get beaten on the boards. They're going to be beaten on the glass. How does the perimeter shooting fare? How does Connor Essegian look tonight after he's now in multiple games fully healthy? Yeah. Bryce Williams needs to be able to hit jump shots. Juwan Gary is going to need to try to be a presence down low, maybe even in the rebounding game a little bit more than the last couple of games out. There's opportunities for Nebraska. I think it's going to be a similar way. They're going to need to win it like they would have beaten Maryland, which might not give Husker fans a whole lot of confidence going into tonight.
Yeah, and I think, like you mentioned, Nick, shot selection. You look at Wooster and guys like that. And even as far as that goes, even Gary, going to your strengths, not selling for the three, going with your strengths. And I think shot selection is going to be huge tonight as well, because if this is a team right here, Nebraska, if they're not careful, they could shoot themselves out, and this thing is done, middle of the second half. So they got to be careful not to shoot themselves out of this game, because Michigan will definitely make you pay for it. In particular, I don't see a lot of second shot opportunities in the paint because of the height advantage they have in there. So that is 7 p.m. tonight is the tip-off for that. They will play Michigan, the Wolverines, at the Vault, so we'll see what goes on with that. Folks, we got our last segment, the RGT 80 attitude adjustment. Last word from AG. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of February, take advantage of 4.75% for up to 60 months on 400 and 600 series sprayers and seeding equipment. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease.
Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up a Monday show. Beautiful day out there. Get outside. Put on your shorts. Put on your flip-flops. Make yourself a nice drink. Get out your lawn chair. Hang out. Enjoy the weather.
Absolutely, man. It is gorgeous outside.
I appreciate that type of detail.
Yeah.
I can envision that now.
Makes
me want to.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous. But I think, you know what, too, man? You know, you see those cold days like we had. Oh, that beat goes nuts, too.
I know.
Sound like an offering call at a black church with the music on in the background. Doesn't it? nice piano playing for altar call.
Yep.
Raff, what you got for RGT, my man?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to my friend, Carrie McCune Riley. Carrie, she grew up in Omaha, came down to Nebraska. She was Nebraska Scarlet on the dance team.
Mm-hmm.
After that, she graduated. She got married. They moved down to Sarasota, Florida, where she cheered for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, won a Super Bowl ring back. That's probably been about, I won't say how many years ago, but it wasn't
2002.
Yeah, so come on, AG, not your age. No. So moved down to Sarasota, started her own home interior decorating company.
Nice.
But this past, I think it was last week, I believe, there's a new book coming out. It's called Slaying Sarasota. And she was one of the ladies that was chosen. It's just to show their journeys and just all the great stuff they brought to the community and what they brought to the world. So I just wanted to give Carrie Raff's Good Take. She's an amazing mom, amazing wife, amazing friend, just an amazing person. So Carrie, your Raff's Good Take for all the great things you've done.
Well done. Congrats on that. Beta attitude adjustments, a quote that I love here. It says, nothing kills you faster than your own mind. Don't stress over things that are out of your control. Nothing kills you faster than your own mind. Don't stress over things that are out of your control, folks. If it's not in your control, control the controllables. Something T.O. would always tell us. My parents would always say, control the controllables. Hey, G, what you got, my man?
Yeah, no, I'll piggyback on that, man. You know, make sure, like I said, things that going on in your life in front of you or behind you, make sure you worry about and handle the things you can control. Basically.
Absolutely.
88 years old. Do you believe that?
Who's that?
Tom Osborne.
A big happy birthday to Chris
birthday.
Osborne. Yesterday was his 88th birthday yesterday, and he has seen a lot, done a lot, impacted a lot of lives. Coach, happy birthday to you, man.
So I just pushed the wrong button, so we have to delay for a moment here. Let's get predictions on tonight's game. Any thoughts, guys?
AG,
What
what's
do
your score?
we think Nebraska happen? What do we think happens with Nebraska basketball? Does Berke potentially play?
Don't know that, obviously. I hope he plays, because then it brings that balance back to Nebraska basketball offense and defense as well. I would say for the predictor, I would say I'm not good at this. I hate picking scores, but I'll give it a good old shot here. I will put up that we'll get these Wolverines by. It'll be a close game. I'll say by 5.
All right.
So whatever the score is, they're gonna win by 5.
There it is.
Taking Nebraska 88-81 in overtime.
Okay.
Taking the Spurs 70-65.
I think Berke plays. I think Berke potentially
And he plays well.
And that's going to help out Nebraska, especially on the glass. So there we have it.
Boom. All right, everyone. Have a great Monday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.